Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the short break. Sorry, we had to take a break. Um, Google Meets this for basic accounts. It's 1 hour time you have for meetings. But if you are having the if you subscribe for Google Workspace, you have access to more than 24 1 hour meeting sessions. I think 4 hours or so. So subsequently, in our next meetings, we'll be using Jitsi for the classes. All right. So let's get started. For the benefit of doubt, for those that join through referrals, I would want you to be conversant with me. That's why I'm sharing my screen. So yeah, I hope it doesn't offer distractions or moving forward. I know a lot of people join. Some persons join through referral. I actually do not know you, but hopefully we get to know each other moving forward. All right. Let's get started without much delay. So, back to what we're talking about. We're discussing. Oh, okay, I shared this here. All right. So we're talking about currency pairs, and I told you that currency pairs are divided into three. One, we have the major currency, we have the minor currencies, and we have the exotic currencies. So I said the major currencies are those currencies that are traded alongside with United States dollar. All right. That was what warranted me to start listing all the eight major currencies we have, all the recognized currencies that brokers recognizes them. We'll talk about brokers subsequently. So I mentioned the USD, United States dollar. I mentioned Canadian dollar. I talk about New Zealand dollar, euros. All right. I also spoke about Japanese yen, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I listed someone's mic is on. It's disturbing. All right, let me mute you. Don't worry, kindness. I'll mute you. It's up here. All right.
Okay, my mic is on.
Yeah, please just mute. Yeah, correct. So we have Japanese yen. We have GBP. Right. I didn't talk about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have New Zealand dollar. We have CAD. We have euros. I mentioned euros. Let's see, and then Australian dollar, AUD, and the last one I've mentioned all of it here. So there are about eight in number. We have Chef, all right, Swiss francs. This one is a weak currency according to people, but to my experience, it's not weak. It's still very strong. Okay, so moving forward, when any of these eight major currencies are trading with United States dollar, that's a major currency pair. You can use that word, a major currency pair. So when you are using United States dollar to trade alongside with to exchange for or against any other pair in this list is called major currency pair. You can see here the way it's listed here, it's in twos. AUD card, AUD JPY. That's the definition of pair. So you can either write it the way it's listed on the left hand side, or you can write it with a forward slash as it is listed on the right hand side. I don't know if you can see my screen. All right, so I believe my screen is being seen. So we continue. And how are currency pairs symbols derived? We have USD, United States dollar. All the currency pairs are derived from the name of the two names, or the name of the initials of the country, and the currency itself. For instance, Nigeria, they pick NG, and N is for Naira. So if you want to search Nigeria on your trading view, you do NGN, Nigerian Naira. You get the point. So that's it. As it is now, Australia, you pick AU and you add the dollar to it. That's what they use as their currency. So AUD, Australian dollar. You have only euros and CHF are different. For CHF is Swiss francs. That's the actual meaning of Swiss francs. It's used in Swiss, yeah, Switzerland, one of the European country, and a couple of other countries to use Swiss francs. So it's CHF. All right. When you go to Japan, they use yen, so you have JPY. All right, I don't know if we are together. When you get also to New Zealand, they use dollar, so you have NZD. If you go to Ghana, they use cedis. You have GHC. All right, so if I should check up, if I want to look up for Ghana cedis right now. Let's see cedis. Yeah. So you see, okay, see this is it. CHS, okay. CHS is used for Ghana cedis, all right. So if you want to check Hong Kong uses dollar too. HKD, HKD. All right, this is it. All right. So that's it. So when you talk about minor currency pairs, what do I mean? By minor, it actually means all of these other pairs are trading without USD. Definitely it needs to be eight of these major recognized pairs, all right, globally recognized. So if any of these eight, apart from USD, is trading with each other, for example, GPY, GBP, JPY, it is termed a minor currency pair, all right. So moving on, we have the exotic currency pairs. Brokers are always running away from this, because if you go to the exotic currency pairs, a lot of people will be billionaires overnight in dollars and not naira, because people actually understand their economy. I can wake up in January and I decide to buy dollar against naira, because I know naira will always depreciate value against dollar. I can decide to buy it and trade it every day of my life. You get, from January to December, I will make bastard money. But brokers do not support exotic currency pairs. What are exotic currency pairs? Exotic currency pairs are those pairs that are weak, developing countries coming, when you use it to trade against top of any of these eight major currency pairs. For example, NGN, USD. This is it. All right. So you can see, all right, the chart is coming up. My bad. The chart is trying to come up. Let's see daily. All right, it's up. I was somewhere that could not be found. Okay, so this is it. Let's assume on someone woke up this day on the 16th of April and just decided to buy dollar. It's falling. If he holds this, you see, there's no like, there is no futuristic hope for naira, but technically there is hope, but it's going to take a while if the government set things right. All right. So this is it from here. From this day, 2024, 29 January, someone decided to short. I said short is sell. All right. So you don't hold me accountable later on. So this is, you short naira here till down here. That's bastard money, because there's no challenge. All right, there is no competition. I don't know if you get, there is no, it's not balanced, it's not a balanced competition. So brokers do not tend to offer leverage to traders to actually trade this. Okay, so moving on, we've talked about major currency pairs, we've talked about the minor, and we've talked about exotic. Let's move on to the next thing, the next terminology. Please, if you don't understand, please cut me short, because it's your right to actually understand everything that is being said here. Okay, so we move to base currency and quote currencies. Now, let me use this page to write something. Okay, so let's say USD. Sorry, I'll litter this guy a bit. So let's say we have USD 46. Okay, USD JPY. Let me use the forward slash so we can understand. All right, so let's say USB JPY. When they talk about base, for those that follow football, base, home, my home, right? Manchester United is playing tonight, all right? I think they're playing at home. If it's at home, that means they're playing in Old Trafford, okay? So this is my house, all right? I'm the owner of the house, and I'm hosting, let's say, Bonimont, all right? Is coming to my stadium to play. Me that owns the house, that is my base, all right? So this is where I am, all right? I am the owner. I am a resident of that place. But when it comes to away, the people that are coming in to my house are called quotes. So when you hear base currency, base is actually this very first one on the left. Quote currency is actually the one on the right. In real sense, in the market terms, this actually means that the currency I am using to exchange. For instance, if I should see this market now, this market as it stands, all right, let me use two different colors so will not be confused. Sorry, please. All right, so this market as it stands now, I decide to let me play this guy neutral. All right, so as this market stands now, I want to trade this market. This is my base currency. This is my quote currency. Now, if I make a decision in this market, maybe I decide to sell, it therefore means that I am bringing United States dollar to pay in order to collect Japanese yen. That is what it means. Now, in the real sense, if this market is selling in the Forex um, market or charts, it therefore means that at the moment this market is selling, the quote currency has much strength than the base currency. How do I mean? It therefore means that because the JPY don come Old Trafford come collect points, JPY has strength. That means to beat dollar in his house. So when the thing is going down, it is not in favor of the base currency. But when it's going up, it's in favor of base currency. I don't know if you understand. Chelsea are playing against Man U. The game is happening in Old Trafford, right? So the match is beginning to is about to start with Michael Oliver as the center man in the pitch. Okay. So how does it commence? Chelsea comes to Old Trafford, picks 3 points away from Man U. It therefore means that Man U is weak at that point because you have the fans, you have all it takes to actually beat this guy. That's what it actually means in the literal term. So when they say base currency, it actually means this guy. When you hear quote currency, it actually means this guy. I don't know if I'm clear. The illustration is sufficient. All right, so let's keep going. The next thing we talk about is broker. Yeah. So what are brokers? Brokers are like banks, all right? So you can write that down. Brokers, my definition is that brokers are like banks that stand in between the forex trader who is a retail trader and CFD, or let me not use CFD. Brokers are like banks, yeah. They stand in between you as a forex trader and also the forex market. Let's use the forex market or your software. You're trading to MT4, MT5, whatsoever you're using, the trading software, the trading market, however it is. But just know that the broker na middleman. Let me use a real life illustration. As it is now, we have in Nigeria what they call Central Bank of Nigeria, right? CBN. This is where all the money that is generated in this country are first stored or deposited. This is the largest financial institution as far as Nigeria is concerned, CBN. Now, you and I cannot go to CBN to store our money. You and I cannot go to CBN to actually impute our money. We cannot go there to deposit. We cannot go there to withdraw. We can't go there to invest our money. Neither can we go there to buy some stocks like golds and other stuff. So what happens? Merchant banks came up to rise like brokers did, so that they can offer you and I, the retailers, an opportunity to also serve or utilize banking services. First bank came into play 1895 or 1896. However, First Bank came into play, Unity Bank, Access Bank, UBA, United Bank of Africa, a whole lot of them. Now we even have financial institutes coming in. We have Money Points, we have OPay, we have PalmPay, we have so many of them. So these guys are coming in to give you a leverage. They are giving you an offer so that they are the ones that have direct access to CBN to actually store the big funds there. They are the ones that actually get the big funds from the CBN. They are the ones that get access to UBN, utilize it, they bring the cash and you save with them. They have the bigger backing. You and I cannot save. Your money, that 1,000 naira that you cry, we go to First Bank to cause trouble. You go to First Bank to scatter everywhere for 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira, you take it to CBN, it will be rejected because they don't deal in such forms. That is what brokers actually do. Brokers na dem be the middleman. They stand in between CFD. I want us to get this term right. I didn't write it out. So let me just search so I use the real word for it. So what is CFD in trading? Because I might decide to give you a minute now and you check it's something else. So CFD is contract for differences, an agreement between an investor and a CFD broker. Okay, let's look at CFD broker. Sorry. Where am I? What is CFD broker here? So let's search this. So these are brokers, they stand when you hear of CFD, contract of differences. So let's see what happens, the origination of all of this. You will not get this tip ahead of time, but let's look at it. Contract of differences. So as it is now, someone's let me mute. Kindness, your mic is on, but don't worry, I'll mute you myself. Correct, yeah. So this is a contract of differences. As it is now, the MT4, MT5 are assessing a pool of funds. All right. World banks, let me explain this. When you hear of world banks, that is in Geneva, the world banking is in Geneva. Okay, 1 minute, please. Let me share a link with someone immediately. Uh, Copy this. All right, so you hear of the World Bank in Geneva, Switzerland. That's where world banks are. All the CBN, all the country bankings, all of them, they carry their money and all the commodities go store for World Bank. Now, World Bank is the master of banks, is the banks of banks, all right, that gives backups to all the countries' central banking system. That's Central Bank of Nigeria, Central Bank of Ghana, Central Bank of Spain, however you can call it. All right. So all the banking sectors now are dependent on the World Bank. World Bank acts as the CFD, even in trading. So they store their different currencies. They store dollar, they store New Zealand dollar, they store Ghana cedis. These are people that have access to it. So when trading actually started, came into the digitalized world, you and I did not have the opportunity to actually trade that place. We can't go access the system, the CFD brokers they use. One of the CDF brokers is I think Idi Amani or so. It's one of the big broker, the biggest CFD brokers you can think of. I'll give the name to us at the end of this year. So we cannot access it because they don't accept $100, they don't accept $1,000, they don't accept $5K. So how can we raise money to actually start trading there if it's that expensive for us? So that's how it is. And they offer, when the bigger you go, the tighter the leverage. So we are going to go to leverage very soon. But so you understand, brokers are like banks. They stand in between you and your trading softwares, your trading platforms, your trading system, your trading view. All right. So you get that to note that down. So we move to the next part. We now move to the next part, leverage. What are leverage? Now, leverage, okay, let me accept someone from the inner circle now. All right, Emmy, welcome here. So back to what we're discussing, we have leverage. What are leverage? A leverage is actually the opportunity or the privilege you tend to enjoy by a broker. Let me use an instance like I illustrated before now. First Bank will come to you and tell you that for you to bank with us, we are offering you a discounted charges. All right. You know, that's what so many persons choose. Why so many persons choose OPay ahead of First Bank. People choose PalmPay ahead of other banking systems. Or I'm not promoting any bank here, so you know it, okay? So First Bank will come to you and tell you, as you are banking with us, I'm giving you so um charge rate. This is how much I'm charging you for actually banking with me. That's an opportunity. So leverage is like an opportunity provided by the broker. These opportunities in forex real terms are rated in ratios. All right. You can have a 1 to 2 leverage ratio. All right. You can have a 1 to 50, 1 is to 50. You can have a 1 is to 100. I'll explain the calculation. What this actually means is that if I'm bringing in, if for a particular trade, if I'm operating on a 1 is to 2 leverage from a broker, right, for a particular trade, the broker is giving me an opportunity that if I'm having $5 in my account and I'm operating on this leverage 1 is to 2, it therefore means the highest money I can make in that singular trade is $10. I don't know if you understand. That means the maximum amount I can make with that leverage system, no matter how I try, no matter the lot size I decide to use, we'll get to lot size. Whatsoever I use, I cannot go beyond $10. If it's beyond $10, the broker will not allow you to trade. That's what it means by leverage. When you hear the word leverage, it actually means the privilege you tend to enjoy while trading. All right. So we go to bid and ask price. Bid and ask prices. Now, when you talk about bid prices, these are money that brokers will demand from you for you to execute a buy trade. Ask price, those small token where they go ask the amount where it cost for you to execute the sell trade. That's just the real term. All right, brokers go ask you this money because now small small, some they call it, we have more like commission, we have swap. You see it in your assignment. All right. So we now talk about exchange rates. Exchange rate, how much, is that one is very familiar with all of us here. We look at what is the cost of getting a particular currency in your country. Currently, the exchange rate for dollar to naira or naira to dollar is 1,065. Yeah, 1,065 in black market. I'm giving black market value. Banks no longer sell dollar. You have to go to Bogbogri to exchange with black market, right? Blah 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 and other stuff. So this is exchange rate. That's what exchange rate actually means. Then we talk about margin. Margin too come into play. These ones are like those charges. Let me show you. I don't have. Let's go back here. Let me show you something. So let's go to GBP USD. All right, just as quick as Prestissimo. All right, so here we are. Mm, okay, I've not connected. Let's sold, let me see, 0.05. Trading. I found this guy. So let me check some stuff. Let me start ASAP. Good. Great. All right. So when you talk about margin, I'm trying to set up. There's something we usually use to test run margin without connecting your MT4 to your trading view. But I can't find that. All right. So when you talk about margin, margin actually means like, for instance, if you open your MT4 and MT5, we'll still talk about this when we go to MT4, MT5. Remember before now, I had asked us to install any decks or team viewer on our system. I don't know if I sounded that. Why we are doing using those remote applications is so I can actually assist you with some of the little challenges you might be having. All right, at the start, I can actually log into your system and manipulate everything for you while trying to talk to you. It is more like me being around you or being close to you. All right, in case you have any issue, I'll be controlling your system from wherever I am. Okay, that's why I needed you to install any Dex or TeamViewer. So if you have a challenge, what you do is share me your ID. This is any Dex software. I won't find it here. Let's get through here. So this is AnyDex on my system. So I can't. Let me bring it to the screen. My next meeting starts. Great. All right. So this is AnyDex. Yeah. So what you do for me is whenever you have a challenge, you copy this address and you send it to me on WhatsApp. I'll connect ASAP. Then for TeamViewer, the same thing. You send it to me ASAP and I'll connect. So when you open your MT4, you see a margin line that has been drawn. All right. When you see that margin line, you notice that okay, this is where the trade actually started, but there is another blue line, or depending on how you set your MT5, or a gray line that is above or below it. It therefore means that if that trade should hit your profit or your loss, all right, if you should aim closer to your loss, if that margin is close by, if it hits that margin as a loss, it will kick you out before the actual point. So it's more like the small commission, maybe something like this is where the market is currently, this is where the line is being drawn. So it's more like trying to tell you that okay, from year to year is the cost of executing this trade. That's the margin. So the broker is actually collecting money from you for executing that very trade. That's why you see there are some sessions if you are trading New York sessions, as at the time when I was in New York, I was following ICT very closely. I was in New York session, yeah. So there was a time where if you want to trade this pair, if you want to go ahead and trade this pair, during the mid hours of the day, chef USD, all right, it's always very expensive. It has very high margin during the mid hours of the day, as at when I used to be very active with currency pairs. So that's it. So it's more like you trying to understand how much are the brokers trying, how much do they want to charge me for trading chefs USD. You have to check it, you have to like it because you might not have that money as per se. But mine is not heavy amount. It's always less than $1. Always less than $1. I've never seen a margin that is above $1 cost. All right. It's always in cents. Okay. So moving forward, the next terminology we have here is called, I hope we are writing, is the lot sizes. Now, lot sizes is a big player in your risk management system, in your risk management, yeah. So lot size are actually more like to say it's trying to tell you your winning power or your losing power. All right, if I should define lot sizes, it is your purchasing power, it is your market strength, it is your risk management essential tool. You don't need to play with it. It's something that you should not jeopardize or play with, even mistakenly while you're trading. You need to look at it very carefully. When we go into the introduction to the software tools, I will explain lot sizes very clearly to you. But so you understand, lot sizes, if you want, if you are writing, is a risk management tool, all right, that determines my purchasing power or that determines my staking power. Let me not say purchasing. I'm using staking, it's not gamble. Staking, like my investment strength. All right. So we look at that. So another thing I didn't add here is called equity. Equity, just so you know, it just came in as a flash. Equity is like the money you have, the tradable income, the tradable asset you have in your account are called equity. All right. Then the withdrawable amount you have in your account. All right. The equity is the tradable value you are having. For instance, let me show you. I hope I can share my screen or share this on a group chat so you can find it. You can find it ASAP. All right. So we have equity. Equity, I said, is the tradable asset. You cannot withdraw what you don't have yet. But when you go to balance, I'm going to share a screenshot so you see on the group chat now. When you go to balance, balance is the withdrawable asset. For instance, this market is going on now, and I'm currently in profit of $10. As this market is now, let's just say an instance here. I'm currently in profit of $10. All right. The market has not ended, but that profit is there. I had $29 in my account previously. So adding $10 to it, the market will be $39. That $39 is your equity, is not withdrawable. All right, until that trade ends. But if that trade should end and this becomes your balance, it's withdrawable. So as at when this trade is giving me an equity of $39, what is withdrawable is $29. I don't know if you get. So that's that for it. So let's look at examples of brokers. I did mention that. All right, so we list some examples. We have Deriv, we have Xness. Xness, one of the most popular. We have Deriv, we have Vault Markets, we have um we have a whole lot of brokers rising up now, like so much. Some are coming in disguise as prop firms, but still, yeah, they still do broker work low key. So we have as many as it. I won't mention too much because it's one of the assignments I'll attach to the course. So you note, please add equity too. We now have spread. Spread too is also a charge that is being accosted for by brokers. So we'll not have too much long classes. Our next class will be looking at the rest of the jargons. Then this is the syllabus. All right. So after we're done with the jargons, in our next class we'll complete that. Then we'll be looking at market analysis, where we start fundamental analysis. Then we look at some of the nitty-gritties you need to know to get started for as a trader. Then we look at trading softwares and we kickstart CA properly. So in conclusion, this is our first session and welcome to the class. In our midst, we have Mr. Emmanuel. I would like to announce him. He's one man that has made so much. In fact, he's sustaining like his major income source is Forex, unlike we that are juggling other little things. And he's also a great analyzer. Outside being a market analyst, he's also a data analyst too on site. So it's a great privilege having you around, Mr. Manuel Adeyemi. So these are um, our brothers also wanting to learn. We had sisters, but I think it's late. Their husbands called them, so they are not present. We're about nine of us. I'll be eight. Okay. So subsequently, Mr. Emmanuel will also come in and he also shares trading experience with us. Like I told you, this is our course syllabus. We have a session for that where I'll be inviting persons to speak on their mistakes and some of their experiences to keep you geared in the markets. So that's it. This is when we'll have it, that session. So I'll start now to send a PR to each of them ahead of time. So please, if you enjoyed the class, do well to drop a comment. This class has been recorded. So at the end of the training, I'll create a private YouTube channel. I'll upload them so you can have real-time access to it and always flashback at it. So for future references. So I don't know, is there any question? Because from next class we'll be taking we'll be looking at, let's see, we'll be looking at the rest of these jargons before we fall back to our course syllabus. Meanwhile, we have an assignment. Let me add this third one. Let me add the third one. Is it give or list here? Sorry, let me use the right word. Okay, so that's it. We have all of this here. Just simple theory assignment. I don't like theory, so that's why I'm trying to see how we can rush things. Not like rush things, but let's get things started up. So that's it. This is the assignment. Assignment one: how do brokers make money? Two: explain what swap and commission charges are. Thirdly, list 10 brokers you know. And how are you submitting it? Just create a subject on your email composer as day one Forex class assignment. Then you have the email here. You get, so send it to this email. I'm going to forward this to us now. Let me share screenshots to each and every one of us. All right. So, like I said, I'll be creating a YouTube channel soon. Is there any question? Let's entertain questions. Any question, anything you don't understand, let's move with the speed of light. Is there anything you don't understand? Let's ask question. So let me call names now. Mr. Kindness, any question? Mr. Ruben, any question? Emma, any question? We even have my boss, your namesake Zamoch here. There are so many of my bosses here that are bearing your name too. Great, great and powerful names here. So we have my boss Emma Ita, my boss Emma Ekanem. We have my boss Kindness, boss Roseby. All right, I'll catch up with the other ladies too. Let's see if there's something they encountered for not joining the class. So any question thus far? If there is none, you can drop it on the comment section too. If you enjoyed the class, we get to see. We'll be having um, 3 sessions weekly. All right. So that will be. Let me set it rolling. Monday is very busy. So Tuesdays, I don't have meetings on Tuesdays. We have Tuesdays. We have today is Friday. So we'll have Friday, and we choose. Oh, shit. We have Tuesdays. We have Thursdays, so we can refresh. We stay refreshed. Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. I'm going to create a poll on the WhatsApp group so it won't be like it's me deciding. So let everybody vote on the 3 days. All right. So I'll make suggestions. So, Mr. Emma, thank you very much. No question for now. Thank you very much for joining. So, subsequently, we are going to be diving into something new. Then we can start practical proper. So, thank you very much, my people. Thank you, my boss, for honoring this invitation. I wish you could say a word or two to these great people, you know. But it's all fantastic, yeah. I'm sure maybe you're in a okay, good, great.
Okay. Good evening, all.
Good evening, the boss, yeah.
I'm super excited when I see people venture into this industry. First of all, my name is Emmanuel Idemi, just like our boss, Mr. Gibson, introduced earlier. So this industry is actually a very, very lucrative one. So you need your focus, you need so much, you need your attention. It's not something that you need to put in divided effort. You need to put in the energy required to actually get the results. It will mess with you a lot, but just stick to the game. It's worth it. So stay blessed and enjoy your evening.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Manuel. So we'll have a session where you come and you'll be sharing your trading experience too with them. I also introduce our inner circle to them. told them we have certain persons in our midst. So I likely onboard them at the end of the training in the inner circle with permission granted. So I don't think they'll need
Okay,
to
good.
pay. So it's going to be free. All right. So, like I told them before now, that the industry is infiltrated. All right. People tend to fake it.
Yes.
I told them about it. They're
Yeah.
cloud chasers. People are not actually traders, but they claim to be traders, out there, ripping
Yeah.
people and defrauding people. And that's it. So, we have actually share most of these experiences because we are out here to say the truth and as it is, not to embellish things or cooks you with words. All right. So thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you, boss.
Thank you very much, sir.
We appreciate, sir. Yeah.
Thank,
All right. So do have a good night rest. See us in the next class. All right.